Welcome to This Justin, the show bringing you the latest advancements in healthcare, strategy, innovation, and public policy. And now, for the fastest voice in healthcare, here's your host, Justin Barnes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the special edition of This Justin Radio. I'm your host, Justin Barnes. Today, we're broadcasting live from Tampa, Florida, and the Moffitt Cancer Center. We were graciously invited to join the Cancer Act's leadership meeting and have several of their leaders joining the show to launch our new Cancer Innovation Series. Many thanks to my good friends, Dr. Kamal Jithwani and Dr. Manish Parikh, for the hospitality in making this on-site location series happen. This Cancer Innovation Series was initially derived from a conversation last October at the health conference in Las Vegas, where I became very optimistic about the strides in cancer care, innovation, and patient outcomes. As we were outlining these episodes, it became even more obvious why we need to tell these encouraging stories about innovation, survivorship, and curing cancer. I hope all of you find these episodes as enlightening and encouraging as me, and I expect to host a follow-on series later this spring, so stay tuned. Thank you, Joanna, for joining us. So, from your perspective, what recent advancements in cancer innovation are you most excited about, and why is it meaningful?
You know, I would not pick just one. I am really excited about the innovations that are sort of encompassing the back end and administrative components of cancer care.
Excellent.
And the reason I say that is because those of us who support our clinicians, our researchers, we don't have a way that is directly impactful to the patient. But when we're able to lower our cost of how we do business, that gives us the ability to contribute to the prevention and curing of cancer in a really meaningful way. So if it costs us less money to do the things that we have to do, our financial reporting, budgeting, all those finance type activities, that's just money that we can turn around and put back into our mission. So anything that's going to support that and make us be more efficient and really utilize our people in the very best way, that's what I'm excited about.
I love it. What would you be most encouraged by from a cancer innovation standpoint that you've seen or been a part of? You talk about some of the back end stuff, but is there anything from a cancer innovation or a curing perspective or a survivorship or anything like that you can target?
Yeah, so I just came from Cancer X in the summit, and those of you who may not know, my mother just recently passed away in August from cancer, and so much of the supportive care and the things that really make it easier on both the patient and the caregiver, I got really excited listening to that, particularly because it's hard on both.
Yes.
It's hard on both. And so things that would have made it easier for my dad or my aunts or my sister and I to support her journey, anything like that would have been really great in conjunction with making her days on this earth as meaningful as possible. That's really exciting to me.
I love it. And that's exactly where this radio show series came from. Actually, we're Dr. Jithwani and Parikh, we were at a conference last fall and having it at a reception, and we just talk about, I got excited about some of the talks around the day about innovations that we're making, where AI is going to play a significant role, improving outcomes, and just excitement overall about curing cancer. And then this all kind of cascaded into now we're up here for Cancer X and leadership meeting and all these different interviews. So that message is very encouraging because that's actually what I want to talk about. That's the stuff I want to talk about because I want a very encouraging, enlightening message. Cancer is not a death sentence necessarily. There's a lot of optimism and we can make that journey better, patient satisfaction, make it better on the families as well. There's a lot of innovations happening out there. So, and I'm very sorry for the journey that you went through, but it's exactly why we're here. And I start talking about this more. What are you currently working on that you're most passionate about, and how does it connect to improving cancer care or innovation?
So I would say it's a little bit about where I started. So what we're working on as an organization is really thinking about how do we prioritize the allocation of resources to the things that are going to matter the most. So what's going to move our strategy forward in the most practical, most timely way, helping the organization think about that and say, okay, evaluate different opportunities, investments, and just say, okay, how can we really leverage that? And circling that back to your question about moving cancer innovation forward, a key pillar of our strategy is innovation.
Right, absolutely.
So, we recognize that cancer care is, of course, taking care of our patients, discovering the cures of tomorrow, but also innovating it for a multitude of different reasons. One is to contribute to the prevention and cure of cancer, of course, but the second is it also creates a revenue stream, because we all know in healthcare, margins are tight.
Razor thin.
They are
Absolutely.
razor thin.
Absolutely.
They're constantly under siege. And so if we can look for innovation that is dual-pronged, it makes a difference in someone's life, but also generates revenue for us to
Absolutely.
reinvest back into research.
Right.
It's a double win.
Right. And actually, we're talking about that at our reception and dinner last night about how if we can have the right patients in inpatient, the right patients in the outpatient setting, and the right patients that should be at home, the quality of life is better, the outcomes are actually improving, and the right people getting the right care at the right place, and that all is the right financial model for everybody. Everybody wins. It's kind of a quote-unquote a no-brainer. So we track on the same page. And obviously, as a CFO, you care dramatically about that as well.
I do.
Let's talk a bit about this Sparrows. We have Sparrows here in the background for those on video, but what strategic role does the Sparrows Outpatient Center in Moffitt's broader approach to cancer care, and then what outcomes do you most focus on achieving through that type of a center investment?
So Sparrows is really, in my mind, a couple of different pieces and parts. So you have the land management and what we choose to do with 775 acres. So that's one piece of it.
Yeah.
And then the other piece of it is the actual clinical and research facilities that will be on that campus in conjunction with the new companies that will ultimately be there. So when I think of it in the first part, it's how do we take that land and make the most of it from a collision of all different types of industries and companies, so that you may be sitting next to someone at lunch one day and just strike up a conversation and realize that you have some real synergistic work. That's the first thing that's really exciting and how that can move our strategy forward. The second is from just a pure clinical and discovery component. I'll start with the clinical first. We're moving into an area where the people who live around that Sparrows facility, they don't have an easy access to world-class care.
Right.
Like ours.
Right.
So bringing that closer to home, we all know the benefits of care closer to home.
Yep.
And then the third, I would say, which is like a 2A, so to speak, is the discovery. So when you have a 250,000 square foot building on a piece of land, the work that's going to go out there is really transformative. I mean, you have bioengineering and all these really neat things that in world-class space, the things that they're going to do are just really exciting to me. And it's a really great opportunity for Moffitt to become more than a Florida-based organization or even a U.S.-based organization. Right. It really has the opportunity to make us global.
Yeah, and from a goal, part of my audience is global. So when we talk about the Sparrows Outpatient Center, it's north of Tampa, the region?
Yes, it is. So if you were to look at the Tampa International Airport and go 20 miles directly north, it's just to the east of that. So it's about 45 minutes from here.
And has ground been broken and all that and everything?
It's live. It is open. It was open as of January 26th.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. I'm going to go check that out in one of our next interviews. So looking into the proverbial crystal ball, what strategy, capability, or shift must Moffitt Cancer Center make to successfully navigate cancer care in 2 to 3 years from now? Thinking about innovation or outcomes from that perspective.
Yeah, I don't actually think we need to make a strategic shift. I think that our strategy, we are well poised to do exactly that. We have a really visionary CEO and a board that has gotten behind what he wants to do. And when you think about the 3 pillars of our strategy, again, Moffitt Care, discovery, and innovation with a foundation of really strong accelerators, we're going to do it. And we have identified what we call home runs.
Right.
And making sure that those home runs really come to fruition. I think we have really gotten focused on execution, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah. No, great answer. I love it. So our final question, thinking about, we're here today because of the Cancer X leadership meeting. What are you most excited about Cancer X and what Moffitt contributes there and what they've been able to do to help create it, but what we're going to achieve over the next couple of years with Cancer X?
I really love that question. I had not been part of Cancer X involved really the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. I would say that this opportunity today has really shown me what amazing, smart, eager, enthusiastic people who have a personal story that just connects their business to what they want to do. It's really exciting. What I would love to be able to contribute to that is helping those startup companies really see how to pitch to someone in finance.
Right.
Because it's one thing to pitch to somebody who can see the problem, but you have to also be prepared to say, okay, this is my ROI, this is my pricing model, and defend it.
That's right.
And because if you don't get funding,
Yeah.
it doesn't help. And so as I've talked with a couple of the people that have stopped me, I'm excited to help them because their ideas are amazing.
Right.
You just need to give them the tools to say, okay, how do we be succinct? How do you articulate value? How do you actually make sure your tool does what it says it's going to do so that you create credibility with the people you're pitching to, and then we're going to be willing to lean in.
Excellent. No, as a CFO, you have a great perspective there. So fantastic. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You got it.